Hi, my name is Julián. I'm from Spain, and I'm gonna talk about the corruption in Spain and the problems it generates. First of all, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the introduction about the corruption that is often one of those problems we all hear about, but that proves difficult to eradicate. In Spain, as many other democracies, corrupt practices have left profound scars, like loss of trust in institutions, wasted public resources, and a political climate marked by mistrust. This work offers a concise yet rigorous review of how corruption manifests itself in Spain, examines cases that have had public impact, and compares the situation with other European countries, particular attention to Poland, and proposes practical fiscal measures to reduce the problem. Results. Now I'm going to talk about the results of the project. The first of all, corruption in Spain. Broadly speaking, corruption is understood as the legitimate use of power for private gain. In Spain, the most common forms have been the fixing of public contracts, irregular political party financing, patronage, and investment. These are not always large-scale schemes. Public perceptions of the issue remain high, and sociological parameters repeatedly show that citizens rank corruption among the main national problems. So, corruption is one of the main national problems in Spain. Now I'm going to talk about some particular cases that happened along the years in Spain. So one of them, the most famous, is the Aguirre case that happened. Network companies and public officials could coordinate irregular awarding and commissions. In parallel, the so-called Barcenas paper brought to light parallel accounting practice within a political party and opaque relationships with donors. There are also more cases that have been highlighted in the work, but I'm not going to talk about them. Now I'm going to compare it a little bit, difference between the corruption in Poland and the corruption in Spain. In Spain, the corruption most often suffers in local and urban clientelism, partly the result of decentralization process without sufficient controls, and in Poland, corruption has experienced a decline in the judicial guarantees in certain periods, which erodes the capacity to sanction. In both countries, the quality of the press and the plurality of information modulate the ability to expose corrupt practices. In other words, different starting points, but similar risk when institutions weaken. It's also important to talk about the corruption in the media, that most of the politicians manipulate and buy the media, so they talk on his favor. And to conclusion this project, I would like to say that corruption is not an inevitable fate, but it's very difficult to eradicate it if we don't work with the low part of the society, like the children in the school, learn that corruption is not the way to live and have the society. Thank you for your attention, and I would like to enjoy my presentation. Bye.